Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I will explain you regarding the web server flow with PKCE. So I hope you have seen my previous video on the web server flow. So in case you are not aware about the web server flow, so I would recommend to go through that video first. Okay. So let's jump to this video. So what is PKCE? So PKCE stands for Proof Key for Code for Exchange. So this is the full form of PKCE, which you should know. Okay. Now, why PKCE is used? So when you make an authorization code request, the Salesforce send authorization code request in the callback. Okay. So if someone already has access to your connected app, that client ID and client secret, then they can and if they intercept your authorization code, okay, because your authorization code is passed in the callback URL. So if they have access to your authorization code, then they can get access token also without users knowing. Okay, so this may be a security breach. So PKCE help you to avoid this breach. Okay. So now I will explain you how you can implement PKCE with the web server flow. So we will use code challenge and the code verifier parameter to implement PKCE. So you can auto generate code verifier. You can auto generate, means it can be a number or a string. Okay. So let's say you want only 4-digit number, or you can choose, let's say, 4-character string. Okay, that anything you can choose, and then we generate the code challenge from the code verifier. Okay, so I will show you later how you can generate code challenge from the code verifier. So once you generate the code challenge from the code verifier, okay, you can save somewhere in the SFDC so that you can know these values during token request or authorization request. Okay, and code challenge is passed during the authorization request, and the code verifier is passed during the token request. Okay, so let's say understand this scenario this way. So let's say we have converted code verifier into the code challenge, and now code challenge is being passed in the authorization request. Okay, once you got the authorization code, okay, now let's say hacker get access to your authorization code and he want to make a token request. Okay, but here token request will fail because author will not have access to the code verifier, because this code verifier is only okay, which is all there in your code only. So invalid grant. So this is the error that you will get when, let's say, you are passing code challenge to the authorization request, but you are not passing code verifier to the token request. Okay, then you will get that error. This is invalid grant. Okay. So hacker will get this error in case they don't able to pass code verifier. Okay. Now let's say if you are passing code challenge and the code verifier also in the token request, but since their value don't match, okay, so in that case also you will get this error, invalid grant. Okay. So let's jump to the demo. So we will use the same demo that we explained earlier in the web server flow. So here we will be creating contact in the POC org from the Sandhu company to work. Okay. So let's jump to the demo. So here we have created a Visual Force page. So same Visual Force page we will use, which we have already on which we have already given you demo on the web server flow. But here we will explain you the code about PKCE. So here we have initialized, the code is same as explained earlier in the web server flow video. Okay, so here we have initialized two variable, code verifier and code challenge. So we have then auto generated code verifier using this using a auto number. Okay, using a random number which is from 0 to 100. Okay, So our code verifier is between 0 to 1000. Now we are generating this code challenge, okay, using this method which I have written. So I will explain you how we are generating code challenge. So this is the method for code challenge. Here we are, generating the digest using this algorithm SHA256. So once we generate the digest, so we get, in the digest we get these characters plus, slash, and equal, and our authorization code required doesn't take this character. That's why we need to replace it with the, dash underscore. Okay. So that's why we have written this method to replace these characters. Okay. So what you have to do, you have to generate this code challenge. You can write a method which will, create a digest for you. Then you can replace certain characters. Okay. So you can directly use this method. Okay. So using this method, we have generated the code challenge. Now we have saved it using a custom setting somewhere in the Salesforce, so that during the authorization code request or the token request, we may know about these values. Okay. Now let's say we are making this authorization code request. So during this, we are passing this code challenge. Okay. So we are passing this code challenge, and once we get this, once we get the authorization code, then we will call this method. In this method, we are passing this code verifier. Now how we are getting this code verifier? Because during this method we have set this value code verifier. Okay. Now we will be getting this value code verifier from this method, from this custom setting. Okay. And we are passing this. Okay. So once we get the access token, then we can create a contact using our access token. Okay. Now let's see how we can test this. So when I click on this, so now we have got the authorization code. Okay. Okay. Now so since we have got authorization code, so anyone who has access to your browser, okay, let's say hacker can access to your browser history. So using this authorization code, they can make a request for the access token. Okay. But they don't know the code verifier which is generated. Okay. They cannot get the access token, which you already know. Okay. Now, now we click on this. So code verifier is passed. Okay. So So if you see, this is the code verifier, and this is the access token. So actually, this is the message that we are printing on the screen. So I will show you how I am printing this. This is just for the debugging purpose. So I am just adding this message to the screen so that I can check what is the code verifier and what is the code challenge. Okay. And what is the request body and what is the output. So here I am checking code verifier and the code verifier, and this is the code challenge I am passing, and this is saying this is successful. Okay. Now great. Now we can create a contact, the third party work. So this is the ID. Okay. It means I have created a contact, and I can check the org if I want to check. I can log in. Now I can check the contact which I just created. Okay, so this is the contact I have created using that web server flow. Okay, thank you for watching the video. I hope you like this.